What's up? Oh, that was so dumb and corny. So hey guys, Ron here. I figured today I could do a quick talk about Megacolony's place in the meta. I hear my dog. Hold on. Okay, my dog is freaking out because there's a storm outside. I'm not gonna complain. She's just gonna be here getting pets. I mean, hello doggy. She's adorable. I just totally. We're gonna ignore that just happened. Anyways, I'm here to talk about Megacolony's place in the current standard meta, most specifically post VBT 10 Megacolony with Gridora. Okay? Please ignore the sound of my dog breathing. She's just a little frightened by the storm. So, Megacolony is a serious contender for good. Which is the first time this has ever happened in standard, so that's pretty great for me as a Megacolony player. Doggy, shh, it's okay, baby girl. It's okay, baby girl. Oh. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm not that sorry. She's great. She's adorable. I love her. Anyways, getting back to the standard meta. So, what comes in the same set as, or what comes in the set prior to Megacolony? We get Shiro, Night Rose, Yasuie. Yasuie? Yeah, I think it's Yasuie. Yasui? I don't know. That boy. Murakuma boy. Hari and Silverthorn. And I know what some of you people are thinking are, I just hear bad matchups. Which is not completely true. Megacolony has a good matchup against Yasuie and Hari. Because Megacolony is one of the few Protect decks that actually does really, really good against Excel decks because of the Cradle Markers and the Retire and, you know, basically everything that we have as a deck to offer really just hurts Excel clans and does against Force clans. So as a Protect deck, it's good to have looking forward because Excel 2 is just kind of a little bit crazy if you don't know already. Excel has been dominating the meta for the past basically year, and they only recently started switching over to Force clans being the meta. Excuse me. But more recently started switching to Protect clans being the meta, which means a lot of people have been choosing to run Gunnincolio as 2 or 3 of in the Megacolony Gridora deck. And I'm going to go ahead and say I'm not running it in mine because I don't agree with it. I'll leave it at that and see if anyone wants to discuss that in the comments. But, yeah, Megacolony coming out. The set that came out before it basically changes the meta so that it is a Protect meta. You will see probably like Kagero Overlord DX, Shiro Night Rose, Yasuie is pretty unpopular but pretty strong. Hari is popular and pretty strong, but we do good against that. Silverthorn, really popular, not as strong, but a really bad matchup for Megacolony. So, well, specifically the Gridora build. It's a bad matchup for Megacolony in general. Gunnincolio loses to it as well. Coming out in the set with Megacolony is Luard, Phantom Blaster Overlord, Rising Nova, and Gaia Emperor. And I hear good matchups all over the place with that. Luard was not a winning matchup when they revealed the Superior Ride engine that they completely and totally and utterly abused. But when they revealed that they were like, oh, restrict the main. You can't have that with your Luards. People were like, oh my gosh, Luard's so bad, weak deck, man. There's still a really strong deck, as you can see by like recent tournament results. I think I saw a retweet or tweet or retweet. It might have been a retweet by Can You Say G, where Luard got 39% of tournament victories post ban. So I don't know what to say to that other than. So, well, in the Mega Colony deck, we can do something about that. We can just run more grade 1s in our deck, cover their board with Cradle markers, and then just kind of be like, I am gaining. I am getting cards in my hand, and you can do nothing about it because it's what you have to do to have field. So, while we can't combat the fact that they can turbo the freak out of their force markers, we can combat the fact that they have to retire their grade 1s to gain power, which means Mega Colony is a pretty good deck, right? Or is it? Well, you see, in the previous sets, Sharot and Night Rose and Silverthorn came out. Previous set, rather. These three came out. And what they can do is they can wipe their own board so that you cannot abuse Cradle markers on them. And I've seen a lot of people say, oh, it's bad. Mega Colony is a niche deck because of these decks. And I'm going to have to disagree. I feel like Mega Colony has an unfortunate matchup against Night Rose and Lukier, and the matchup with Sharot is rough, but like you can win all of these matchups. And I'm not pointing at Gunning Colio. I'm saying just with a Gridora deck, I have managed to win against every single one of these decks. Not saying the ratios of which I've won. Against Silverthorn, it was not looking like I should have won. It looked more like I got a bunch of heal triggers and I won. Against Night Rose, basically the same thing. Yes, that includes the Gunning Colio list. Gunning Colio does not fix the problem and will cause more problems with your grade 3 lineup, so do not run him in your Gridora deck post VBT10. And against Sharot, I actually have a pretty good record. I'm pretty sure it was like winning record against it because it's a really long, grueling match that just kind of comes down to who the better player is. And it's a hard match. It really is. So I'm not going to write that down and be like, yep, Mega Colony wins. Yeah. I'm writing that down as it's probably an even matchup. If you draw the right cards and do the right plays, you can win. But it's not by any means easy. Okay, what about the Force clans in the meta? Well, we got Luard, Rising Nova. Okay, let's just ignore all other Force clans for now. We can run more grade 1s. Luard is really strong and leaves its grade 1s on field. Rising Nova doesn't there's not much you can do to combat it, but they use a lot of soul. So if you control the things that would go to soul, you have a better chance of winning, which means it's a decent matchup. Okay, well, let's talk about Excel decks. Okay, let's actually talk about an Excel deck that is coming out soon in Japan, as a matter of fact. Big Belly. I am terrified of Big Belly. They can board wipe themselves and attack for like 30,000, 30,000, 30,000, and then Vanguard swing and then restand all of that and then board wipe themselves. So it's basically like Silverthorn on crack. It's insane. And then they draw for all of it. It's so unfair. Anyways, I don't think we're going to see like a crap load of Big Belly. I think we're going to end up seeing a crap load of Lambros. Because Aquaforce is a really popular deck. I'm sorry to anyone who plays Aquaforce, but Lambros ain't that good. He really isn't. He got screwed over. And I'm happy with that because I don't care for Aquaforce. Anyways, sorry, I'm getting a little sidetracked. And I'm just kind of talking about matchups and how they go. Mega Colony beats most of the decks that, exist. I wouldn't put it as, an S tier deck, but I totally would put it in A tier. I've seen a lot of people put it as, a niche deck, or C tier, or B tier, and I can't agree with any one of them, because, what do we lose? We lose Night Rose. We have an even with Sharot, which is one of the scariest decks, and we'll see less of these two when Luard comes out, okay, which comes out in the same set as Megacolony, hello. So, then Silver Thorn. These are our losing matchups, and I guess Big Belly will probably be on there too as well. I'm used to that. I'm used to losing to Great Nature. Can you tell? It hurts. And then, what are the even matchups? Oh, Sharot, freaking Kagero, like specifically the Overlord, the X. MLB is fairly even because they can't put their whole board to soul, but they can also turbo their force markers. Gear Chronicles, pretty even. And these are all like really strong decks in the meta, and Mega Colony goes even with them, right? And people still put Mega Colony as a niche deck. It almost counters Luard. What the... Anyways, I'm going to stop it here. Sometime soon, I should be making a Gunning Colio deck list that has Gridora. Rather, Gridora deck list that has Gunning Colio. Because that's been requested of me, and I think it's an interesting deck. I don't think it's the best deck for Mega Colony to play, but I do think it's an interesting deck, and should definitely be given a look and a bit of experience to play. It's hard to figure out what exactly I'm running in it, because I can only do so much playtesting right now, what with, job and, I don't know, there was some sort of, pandemic, I don't know. Probably haven't heard of it. Anyways, that's all I have to say. Be excited for that deck profile. Sorry about not uploading too much recently. I've been a little frazzled with work. Whoa. That was weird. I've been frazzled with work. I do intend, like, wholeheartedly on, like, getting videos going. And, oh, that's a cute dog. Sorry. I will get more videos going. And, maybe I'll talk more about Great Nature, because, it's a really strong, really interesting deck that I would like to talk about, and maybe talk about how to counter, because it's a scary deck to play against. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I guess have some more of my dog.